But today's live is all about how to avoid roadblocks with your goals. But before I start, let me just quickly introduce myself. So if you're new to the group, I'm Tanya from Tanya Cox Coaching, and I help women in business bust through the marketing overwhelm and attract more clients with ease. If you're watching and you're joining me live, please say hi in the comments. And if you're watching on the replay, then please put hashtag replay so I know that you're there. Just going to make sure this is actually live before I dive into the main content. That's really odd, that's missing. So I'm possibly not in the right place. Let me just have a look, because I can't see this live in the group. Oh, there it is. It's now, there's a bit of a delay going on. Okay, super. All right, so how to avoid roadblocks. I've actually got 5 tips for you today, which I'm going to go through, and they're the key to the goal process. So the first one is don't set too many goals. So let me know below if this resonates with you. By setting too many goals, you're actually setting yourself up for failure before you even get started. It's so easy when you brainstorm to end up with a list as long as your arm, and then you can't pick and choose which ones are more important than other ones. So that's the first mistake. Don't set too many goals. Keep it to a minimum. Second tip is don't set goals that are too big in themselves. So when you are goal setting, for example, say you were making £100 a month or something and you wanted a goal of £5,000 a month, that's a huge step to just go from one to the other. So it's a big leap, it's not impossible, but it is a big stretch nevertheless. You should be excited about your goals, but at the same time, they should also be realistic. So make sure they're realistic. The third tip is make it happen by scheduling it into your week. And this is one that often gets forgotten. So many entrepreneurs will set themselves goals, but then because they've not scheduled blocks of time into their calendar, it's not actually taking action on those goals, and the steps that are required just simply aren't there. So that is one of the other mistakes. Number 4 is know how you will celebrate or reward yourself. So just as much as goal setting is super important, so is a reward at the end of it. It will help spur you on when things get really tough with it. Think about an appropriate reward. It doesn't always have to be something expensive. You don't have to spend money. It doesn't have to be pampering even. But it could just be something that you enjoy. So maybe you tell yourself when you get to the end of a certain report that you'll spend 10 minutes reading a magazine or doing something that you enjoy doing, whatever motivates you. But it is important to celebrate and reward yourself for these things. And the last tip I've got is don't try and work out every step. So this is a mistake I see quite a lot, that people try and work out all of the steps to something where it's a particularly large project perhaps. And because of this, they then become overwhelmed. And because they become overwhelmed, guess what? They don't hit the goals. So don't try and work it all out up front. Just simply start with that first step. What's the first step you need to take? Do that and then work out what the next step is, and so on and so on. So I hope that's been useful for you. If you're watching on the replay, do drop any comments in below. Which is your biggest takeaway of all those tips? Which of those might you try? And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I shall see you again next week. Bye for now.